Not entitled.
Still talking here. Even if it
You're
were
interrupting me, so I'm interrupting you
true,
back.
these aren't people we have to have here. We already have our own rapists and murderers. We don't need to be bringing in more.
So ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves, because Ann Coulter just walked into the lion's den and walked out victorious. In one of the most talked about moments on Real Time with Bill Maher, Coulter faced a panel of Hollywood elites and so-called woke warriors, including Bill Maher himself, and absolutely demolished them with her signature sharp wit and unapologetic truth bombs. This wasn't just a heated debate. It was an all-out verbal battle, and Coulter left the entire panel stunned, scrambling for comebacks. Love her or hate her, you can't deny she knows how to command a room, even one filled with hostility. Before we dive into Coulter's fiery takedowns, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more epic moments like this. Did you subscribe? Perfect. Let's get into it. The drama began with what was supposed to be a typical real-time discussion, a mix of light-hearted jokes and political commentary. Bill Maher, along with a panel of Hollywood favorites and intellectuals, was having a good time, cracking jokes, and keeping the audience entertained. Enter Ann Coulter. From the moment she stepped onto the stage, the energy shifted. While the panel was busy making safe, agreeable points, Coulter wasted no time in calling out the group's hypocrisy. It didn't take long for the conversation to turn heated, especially when the topic of immigration came up, a topic Coulter is never shy about addressing. Coulter didn't just disagree. She dismantled their arguments one by one, throwing the entire panel off balance. And when one particularly emotional guest tried to turn the discussion into a sob story about Donald Trump, Coulter responded with a zinger that had even Maher chuckling in disbelief.
That are autobiographical, and I had a very challenging childhood, and in retrospect, challenging. Didn't have a father around. There was a lot of alcoholism and drug abuse and abandonment, and you know you're left to your own devices at a very young age, and you grow up too fast.
But that helps you as an actor.
It does, in a way. It helps you as an actor.
You have something to draw on when you have to like be emotional.
Yes.
Oh, my dad was mean.
He's drawing on it now.
I said he was a great lesbian. Lesbian. What about Dan Savage? In the years you've been writing a sex advice column, have people's problems changed much?
No. Thanks to abstinence education, I have a non-stop supply of sexually miseducated idiots who are getting themselves in trouble.
The most explosive moment came when Coulter addressed Trump's immigration policies. As the panel accused Trump of fear-mongering, Coulter calmly responded, "Are you saying illegal aliens don't commit crimes? Because we already have enough of our own rapists and murderers. We don't need to import more." The room fell silent. You could hear the gasps from the audience, but Coulter didn't stop there. She pointed out the hypocrisy of Hollywood elites who claim to champion the working class while benefiting from cheap, undocumented labor. They're not sending their best, she added, quoting Trump's infamous line, "You guys want your gardening done and your houses cleaned, but you're not the ones competing with undocumented workers for jobs. It's the average American who pays the price." The panelists were visibly shaken. One guest tried to interrupt, accusing Coulter of targeting marginalized communities, but she didn't flinch. "It's not about race. It's about protecting American workers," she fired back, silencing the room yet again. Even Bill Maher, who is no stranger to sparring with Coulter, found himself laughing at her unfiltered takes. At one point, Maher admitted, "You're not wrong about the stats." It was a rare moment of agreement between two figures often at odds, and it highlighted just how compelling Coulter's arguments were. As the debate continued, Coulter turned her attention to the media narrative around immigration, calling it a fairy tale designed to make Americans feel guilty. She challenged the panel to provide real solutions instead of virtue signaling, leaving them fumbling for answers. Maher, known for his biting humor, seemed hesitant to push back too hard. Perhaps he realized that Coulter wasn't just there to make noise. She came armed with facts and wasn't afraid to use them.
And how can Donald Trump win the election after alienating Hispanics, a key demographic, and women? Let's be honest. He's not
Hispanics love him. Didn't you see the taco bowl? That was fantastic.
I love
I don't think this is funny because Donald Trump's campaign began with a big lie about the people who are coming here legally or illegally, accusing them of Mexico of sending the murderers.
Coulter's appearance on Real Time wasn't just about a heated debate. It was a snapshot of the broader cultural and political divide in America. On one side, you have Hollywood elites and media figures who champion progressive ideals, but often fail to address the practical implications of their policies. On the other, you have figures like Coulter, who unapologetically challenge the status quo, even if it means facing backlash.
That was like a shot of adrenaline right into the worst of our body politic. It just inflamed.
What do you mean it's a lie? You're claiming illegal aliens don't commit murders and
What he was saying. At no higher rate, at a lesser rate. It's a demagogic lie because you're likelier to be in this country per capita by people who are born in this country.
First of all, it's not true. But second of all, even
you're not entitled.
Still talking here. Even if it were true, these aren't people we have to have here. We already have our own rapists and murderers. We need to be bringing in more.
So you're saying that they are rapists and murderers? So is that what you're saying?
But to point to a small, to a racial minority, a marginalized community, vulnerable people, and accuse them of being the rapists.
He accused Mexico of not sending their best people, and they're not sending their best people.
We need a demagogic
sending
lie.
anyone. That's a lie to begin with.
Absolutely not true. That is not true.
Really, the Mexican
So Donald Trump wants to build a wall to protect us from the people who aren't.
He just said something that wasn't true. They were handing out first aid kits and maps for how to get to America. The Mexican government to the poorest areas in Mexico, and we found them and we had them. Yes, they are not sending their neuroscientists.
We need more.
They're getting rid of their problems by sending them
immigrants,
here.
not fewer.
Well, that's because you guys want your gardening done.
No, you know what? I cut my own grass.
You can have as many immigrants as you want, but I want
the last time you pushed the lawnmower.
competing with
legalizing
me and you and those of us at this table and not competing with our landscapers and maids.
And you know
that's
what?
Who's coming in.
People who are here and are not documented
and that's why he's going to get
not paid the same thing that people are documented.
The discussion also highlighted the growing frustration among many Americans who feel their voices are drowned out by a media landscape that prioritizes narratives over reality. Whether you agree with Coulter or not, her argument struck a chord with viewers who are tired of being told what to think by out-of-touch elites. By the end of the episode, it was clear that Coulter had made her mark. The panelists were visibly frustrated. The audience was divided.
Marijuana, a gateway drug.
No, it's not. Let me just tell you, I get about 5 to 10 people a year calling me to get their kids or their loved ones off marijuana. I get
out of how many?
Well, I get 90 a day.
So 5 or 10 a year for pot.
But I get 90 a day for prescription opiates, which gives you the balance.
Yes, and this has been a canard for decades.
But I will say, and you're probably not going to be happy about this, okay? You know, we keep getting better as a society, and the science shows now that your brain stops developing between the ages of 23 and 25. So if that's true, I'd like to see a 25-year-old age limit.
For pot?
Yeah.
Most doctors do.
I'm not invited back.
No. I'm always for the truth first and facts first. I never heard that one. I'm glad I started late. I wasn't 25, but I was 19. That's a lot. I mean, that's not 12.
I was 12.
You were 12 when you started.
Oh my gosh.
I was 36 the first time I smoked pot.
See, you're good.
How did you start at 12?
I took it from my father.
Oh my God, it's like the
You
ad.
two should.
I learned it.
I did. I took it from my dad.
You should hook up.
Wow. Yeah. He could teach you to cry about it.
And social media was on fire. Some hailed Coulter as a truth-teller who stood her ground in the face of overwhelming opposition. Others criticized her for being too blunt or provocative. But one thing is certain. No one left that episode without an opinion. So, what do you think? Did Ann Coulter crush it? Or did she take things too far? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, And hit that notification bell for more fiery debates and must-see moments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.